Welcome to Riff, Laugh, Mosh, your somewhat regular podcast here about everything in the alternative sphere. I'm George Crow, and I'm joined by a very, very special guest today. Many of you will know him from his lives. Many of you will know him from multiple videos about everything, whether it's download tips or ranting and rocking or whatever else in between. I've got Mr. Bryon Dredd.
Hey, nice to be on here. Thank you very much for the invite.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on here. And look, this was probably the easiest invite that I have ever had to do. I'm only 3 episodes in, but I started this podcast because, and I think I've said this before, TikTok, because I wanted to speak to more like-minded people. I have no one in my real life, literally, apart from my dad, who is 66, who likes the kind of music I do. So I go to everything alone. So I started TikTok and all of that to just chat to people. And I wandered into one of your lives. So it was the Lowdown podcast, and your lives were my kind of like, oh, there's lots of people here. So part of the reason why I started doing this, and then coming into your lives, I'm going to sound like a really bad person here, but I don't do lives, like in terms of watching people's lives. Like, I'm sure they're lovely, I'm sure they're wonderful, but the ones I always try and catch every single time were yours, because you'd always talk about old downloads and stuff. I'm like, oh, I could reminisce on this, because like it doesn't feel, like we said the other day, 13 years since. Is it that one behind you was 13 years ago? Like,
no, that's so that one there's 2009. I haven't.
2009.
That one's 2009. I am waiting for 2013 to turn up, so that will be on the other side. They are always going to be my most memorable downloads for me, at least. Behind here on this side is my Trivium bullet for my Valentine one, and underneath it is the 2024 one, because I hate it so much because of Queens of the Stone Age. But then we're not going to go down to
we're not going down. We are known as two Queens of the Stone Age haters here. Like, with every breath. I'm just going to say, I would rather watch Bring Me the Horizon over Queens of the Stone Age, and I don't particularly like them or want to see them. So that tells you everything about how much I dislike Queens of the Stone Age. Two of the most boring bands I've ever seen at Download both contain Josh Homme. Like, so I'm just calling it where I see it. But yeah, so when I did all this, and I was like, right, I'm gonna go for it, because I remember there was a live when, I think it was before you guys started Rock and Rants as well, and like you were saying you were thinking of doing a podcast, I was saying the same, and I thought I'm just gonna go for it. And I kind of had like, I would love to speak to some people on it at a time, and I'm really awkward about asking people if they want to do things, because I'm always like, I don't want to ever make someone feel like they have to do it or say no or whatnot, and I just never want to put someone in an awkward position. And I remember I've had a couple of people, and you were one of the people on my list that I wanted on here from day one. And I remember someone else I asked. So I asked Rosie first, because timing wise, My Chemical Romance, I know she's a massive fan, it fit. And I remember posted about wanting to get other people on, and basically you just DM'd me and was like, so where's my invite then? And I was like,
exactly.
Oh, this makes me feel much easier about asking you to come on. So
it's a nice way. I see it as, if I'm doing it, we've not even done it like a year properly yet. This is the thing, and I'm happy to jump on other people, one chat away, and in the end of the day, we're all the same community. Let's just help bolster each other and keep it going, and that's what I love doing.
Yeah, I love that, and I just get excited chatting to people about music, because it's fun. Like, as you probably know with lives, like sitting there and talking and whatnot, but at least with a live, you've got like feedback and people to talk to. Like when I'm just sitting here, it's like, right, what do I talk about now? What's the next thing? So actually being able to bounce off someone is quite cool.
They are very chaotic, though, the some of them, and you get some right old trolls coming in those lives, so you need to determine which one's the best ones to talk about at the same time.
I bet I'm nowhere near ready to do a live. And my problem is I can be a bit of a sarcastic twat when I want to be. So I would probably bite these people that are trolling. So I'm probably not at the right level to be doing lives yet. But I will always come into your lives and see what's going on. And
yeah, we've had it before with the whole Emily and Linkin Park, and they've come in and say, "Oh, well, it's not true Linkin Park anymore." And I'm like, "Okay, are we gonna do every other band that's lost their lead singer or lost a guitarist or a drummer and they're not a true band?" I'm like, that's a topic that bores the crap out of me now.
I hear you. I'm kind of like, and I've always said this: if the soul of the band is still there from the people that made it, the band is still the band. Like, nobody says it's not AC/DC because Bon Scott's not in there anymore, do they? Like,
exactly.
That's the thing. And there are bands for me that I'll go, they're the same band, like Zebrahead. I don't know if you ever used to listen to them back in the day. Their new singer is very different to their old singer. Just doesn't vibe with me. I'm like, I don't go, they're not the same band. just their music now isn't for me, and I understand why that might be the case for others, but some people just dicks.
Just get in the bin. Just get in the bin. That's
exactly. Get them gone. But thank you for coming on, mate. Like I genuinely, whenever I see a download one, I sit down and go think about all the bands, and what I've been doing when I've been seeing your lives is like going and finding the old Clash finders and trying to work out what bands I think I was seeing at the time. And
yeah. I mean, this year's one was chaotic. 2026 was Clash Load. It was horrible.
This might have been my favorite download yet. So this was the first download. I've done 2 downloads solo. One I did a day solo, and one I did a week. This year I did a weekend solo, and it was probably my favorite one. Like of all the year, like I had friends or my dad who've come with me before, but like just being able to go, I want to go and see all of these bands, not have to worry about anyone else. Was bliss, because I could just wander around everywhere. But I think this year I saw the most bands I've ever seen in a single download.
I bounced around so much that weekend. Like whether it was me dancing or actually going around and seeing the bands, it was incredible. Again, these are for the last 3 years it's been continuous. So I've back-to-back downloads. This one has been peak. 2026 has been the peak. 2024 is like, it was the worst one out of the 3, and 25, was lovely. I enjoyed it really much. The weather did help though for the last 2, so I can't complain.
Oh, the weather for this download just gone was perfect festival weather for me. Like not too hot, not too cold. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But I remember walking out of the tent for Native James, and I imagine that would have been either around the same time Rory was on. Because I remember walking down. I'm sure I don't know if it's the same day or not, but Scene Queen on Friday.
Yeah, so you had Scene Queen, Caskets, and Native James at the same time, and I was just like, that was the hardest one for me of that weekend. Those first 2 ones.
Yeah, and I walked out the tent and I saw that view that you don't see, like, or you haven't seen before unless you've had camper vans. You just see all those people, and it's like, this is like, it was such a cool sight, but at the same time, like, seas of people, like absolutely seas of it. But I've got my tickets booked for next year, and I've never done that before. I've never booked blind ever. So
I go with the idea of going blind, because you're not just going for the music. You might find your favorite new band, whatever the lineup is, but at the same time, you're also going for the whole environment. You're with like-minded people. You're in an environment where in effect it is safe, and people will treat you with the same respect. And that's what I love about it. It is download is home, as I say many times.
Yeah, I do enjoy download, and I think the older I'm getting as well, I'm kind of like grasping those opportunities more. Like I used to take it for granted with having download and Sonosphere running weeks apart. Like it'd be like going to one, then going to the other, and now it's just like, no, I've got one and that's it. But I'm probably going to buy a Slam Dunk ticket this year. I'm probably even going to buy a Bloodstock day ticket, if there even is such a thing. They're available, but
they're still available now, funny enough. So they never actually sold out the Friday and the Saturday. So if you've got 200 quid to spare, go for it.
But that's a festival. I tell you, that is a festival I feel like I'd be a bit of a poser at, because there's a lot of bands that I know there, and there's a lot that I'm like, I read the name of them, I've never heard of this band before. But
no, I'm the same.
When I look at the lineup, it's probably one of my favorite ones to look at, because then I literally just delve in and go, this isn't for me, but this sounds so cool. Like there's so many I found out like that with those.
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of people that are doing Bloodstock and everything like that, and they say they go there for the new bands, the ones that are coming for the Metal the Masses one, which I big up so much. I'm so happy that goes on. I just wish I was close by near one, so I can go actually physically see it without spending so much money on fuel.
That's the problem, right? Because we're pretty much half an hour down the road from each other, and when people are like, "Oh, Bloodstock's not that far away, Download's not that far," I'm like, it is from where I am. Like, it's a decent old drive.
It is. It's we're getting up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to get ready for a 3 o'clock drive to make sure we're there at 7 o'clock.
Oh, God.
When the gates are.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, we do that. We do that. We got into the services where we normally stop off and meet all our friends. And we find out people have actually slept in the car park overnight just so they're ready to go. And I'm like, I'd rather take the decent night's sleep first. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I suppose where I'm in a hotel, I don't have that to worry about. I literally just rock up to my hotel and then have a decent night's sleep. It's the traveling to and from site each night. That's the
killer. Yeah.
So like, I'm not getting back to the hotel probably till about 1:30. So it's like sleep by 2, up again 7:30 to then drive back over. But I got quite lucky this year because I'm not an Architects fan and Guns N' Roses. I've seen them once before and they were brilliant. So I did not want to spoil that memory. So I just went, got some sleep, and got up in the middle of the night to watch the Scotland match in the World Cup.
We watched maybe 10 minutes, 2 songs of Architects before they stopped 3 times, and it was like that was it. The vibe was gone, and we just shot straight to the village at that point. And like we're done. Saw Guns N' Roses for 5 minutes. Oh, I've seen them now. I can add them to my battle jacket to say I've seen them, and then go home.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I saw them in Madrid, probably 6 or 7 years ago now, when they first kind of came back and they did that tour. And I just got that one lucky night in Madrid where they sounded amazing. I was like, right, I've only done that with 2 bands. It was them and AC/DC at Download 2010, where I'm like, I'm never seeing this band ever again because they just delivered a perfect set, and I don't ever want to taint that.
That's very true. Very true. I get that.
So, Bloodstock, are you thinking about going next year? I know you were obviously looking this year and plans didn't work out and whatnot.
Yeah, plans didn't work out because the card decided to cock itself out, basically.
I had something similar literally 2 days before.
I saw your post. I was like,
I was just oh my god, what happens here? And the problem with cars, isn't it? When it stops, you don't know why it stopped. It could be something simple, or it could be something that's a mortgage.
It was talking about cars. It was 2 months before the car actually went knackered again. The tanker that holds the coolant went, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a 50 quid replacement. So I was like, sick, easy, done. 2 months later, boom, why is all the fluid going? Oh no. So it was actually a part underneath, and it cost me £1,000. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to sell my Bloodstock tickets then.
Yeah,
because I was like, I can't do Download. Bloodstock's one I've not done as much as the 25th anniversary. I'm gonna have to cut that one. So that's what we did. Made up though with Blackbird Festival and Rock and Rib Festival that we did.
I was so jealous you did Rock and Rib. Me and my dad, we were looking at that I think it was last year, and we were like, should we do it again? Should we do a day? Because it's in Somerset, isn't it? Which isn't too far away.
It's an hour and 30-minute drive for me, so it wasn't bad at all. We did it as a day, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. We left early because, of course, we took our nipper. It was our nipper's first ever one, and it was like, yeah, let's do it. And he loved it. He was the first band he saw. He was already edging to the front, all the way through it. By the time we go back there again, he got to the front for the Metallica tribute, and he was there screaming, shouting, enjoying it. So he's already in that scene. He's ready to go. Just need to get him a little bit more of a veteran when it comes to the festival scene.
How old is he?
He's 8.
Oh, I love that. It's funny. I was not that cool when I was 8 years old. Despite my dad, growing up, my dad was always listening to AC/DC, Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden's his band. I was pop music. That was me. I was into pop music. It wasn't until I heard Americana for the first time that I was like, oh, this rock music's pretty good. So definitely not a cool 8-year-old by any stretch of the imagination.
When you go down to the music route, I had no family that liked the rock and metal music, so I had no one. It was only my friends at school that's introduced me to something, and that was it. Bam, I was in. Straight away.
One of my mates tried giving me a tape, and I think I was 15, and it had Cold Chamber and Korn on it. And at that point, my heaviest thing that I'd heard at that point was Iron Maiden and The Offspring. I'm like, mate, I don't know what this tape is, but no thank you. And then I think my cousin got me onto Slipknot when their debut came out, and that was kind of, again, coming into it that way. But all these years later,
But going back to your original conversation, yes, we will be trying to do Bloodstock next year, but we'll only do a day just because we want to trial it first to see if it's
I'm the same.
Definitely for us. Yeah. Of course, we'll find out the lineup this Friday because they do a whole drop every Friday before the headliner, which is superb. I think that's a great way to do it. And I have said many, many times before, Download just needs to give us one. And I think that will set us up. Do the European festivals. As much as everyone says, oh, it's contracts. I'm going to start going to the rant on this one. I'm really sorry.
This is Riff, Laugh, Mosh, not Rock and Rant.
sorry. But honestly, as much as it's contracts and everything like that, I'm sorry. They can do it with every other European festival. Download just have to change their T's and C's slightly, and they could do it with one band. It's not hard, surely.
I'm not even sure it's I know they're telling us that, but I don't even believe it's contracts. Like, so we have this with some of the wrestling shows that we go to and some of the smaller promotions, and they openly say that they track how ticket sales are doing, and if ticket sales are doing okay without even a band announce, why announce anyone? Because the tickets are still doing well. And I imagine it's probably 50-50 in there. There's a bit with the contracts, a bit with that, but I'm with you. Like, there'll be people like me who don't normally just buy a ticket without knowing, and this is me just getting into the like FOMO, going, I need to go now because I had such a fun year. Whereas all it takes is one bad set of headliners, and I'm the sort of person where I go, I'm not doing that again. Whereas if you give that up front, you've probably got another bunch of people who will be well up for it, and like you said, we'll get to discuss it and talk about it. So with Bloodstock, is there anyone that you're particularly itching and hoping to see on that list?
I keep saying this, and it upsets a lot of the content creators that think they're going to be at Download instead. I think it's going to be Motionless and White as a headliner.
I do as well.
Yeah, I've got that gut feeling it's going to be Motionless and White.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. No, I've said the same thing. I've said that they'll either be there or potentially a bit lower on Download, but then when I thought they would fit into Download, so I'm going to do an episode maybe next week on who I think is going to come in. I had Motionless and White in there, and I'm like, actually, no, now I think that's going to be a different band. So where do they fit? Well, Bloodstock headliner makes sense.
Yeah, it's also like Vicky talked about it quite frequently. There's two bands that have never been at the festival before. They've never been. And everyone keeps saying this one as well, Electric Cool Boy. I think they would be. Yeah, I think it would be great. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know this year. I'm not saying it's going to happen not this year, but it's a possibility in the future. 100%.
Yeah, I like that one. Kind of took. Again, I don't know a lot about the Bloodstock crowd. From my understanding, it's obviously very traditional in a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways, there's a good proponent of the crowd who are pushing for broadening horizons a little bit more as well. And I think if you've got someone like Electric Cool Boy, they're so smart at what they do. Like, they can tailor their set around that kind of crowd.
And you've had people in the past, in Vicky's comments, funny enough, Vicky Hunderford, for anyone that doesn't know who Vicky is, I keep saying her name and not actually saying why.
This is why I bring the professionals onto this podcast.
And Adam, of course. They've spoken about it before. Why don't they have more hair metal, doom metal, death metal stuff? And it's like, sometimes it is they just don't fit the right time. Sometimes it's cost. Sometimes they're at different festivals. They can't always get them at the same time. And at the end of the day, Bloodstock's doing what they can do best. They work with an alliance, a festival alliance group, so they all work together on what they'd want and how they would, like, in effect, sort it out for the next coming years, which is absolutely a superb thing. And I think that's really good from a festival organization standard.
Yeah, absolutely. I was having to think about who I mean, Motionless and White would get me there for a day, I think. And actually, I've got my little list here of what I want to discuss. And one of the things I was going to speak about was the new Motionless and White album, actually. Who else would I like to see? I really would like to see Devin Townsend. So he's playing at the 1865, and he's doing like a stripped back acoustic. And so I bought a ticket, seen him once before doing a very similar thing, loved it. And I'm really like making an effort going through his discography. I'm like, I need to see this guy like with a full band set up because it's amazing.
I mean, I believe I've seen, again, this is many moons ago, I believe I've seen him and I was like, what's going on and what am I listening to? And then end up falling in love with him. I think it's a download or it was a gig, separate gig. Again, I've been doing this for years, so they all blend into one at some point.
I'm just like it is though. It's like you've got like almost like death metal breakdowns meet prog meets pop, and then goes into even Disney soundtrack. I was listening to one song and it was like cats meowing. I'm like, what am I listening to? Like, but it all works.
Yeah, I mean, Moth from Devil Townsend is at Bloodstock tonight, so I was like, oh, sick, cool, that'd be amazing. And then they're following into Hot Fuzz for the cinema. So like, what way to do it?
Amazing. That is great going. And then the other band that I'd love to see there, well, actually, couple. I'd never know if I'm pronouncing them right. I'm going to say Elvete, I think they're pronounced. They're European folk metal. I love them. They are so good. And they just, like, I think they're over here. I think it's like November or December. It's like the Electric Ballroom on a Tuesday night. And like for getting back home for work the next day, it's like, oh, this is a pain. But I might go for it. Them and Amaranth are the two bands that don't come over here very often and do like the worst possible times of the year. I don't like going out in January or February for gigs because going to London is just a pain in the ass. So it's
I did do that last year, 25. I did a week where I saw Bullet and Trivium, and then the week after, straight for Papa Roach back into London. It was horrendous. I don't recommend gigs in January and February if they're in London. No.
My last train home from London is always 20 to 12 as well. So like whenever a gig kicks out just before 12, it's great. But when it's 11. But when it's 11, it's like running. Do I have enough time to even get back? But, yeah. And then Bloody Wood. I thought they were incredible at Download this year. I want to see them everywhere.
I think Bloody Wood will be a second stage headliner in the next coming years. As much as they were on main stage, they will be, if they carry on the trajectory they did with the crowd control, everything like that Download this year, they will be at that level. Yeah. Whether it's just going to be a sub, but they will be a second stage headliner 100% very soon. Will I see it? Sorry, would I see him at Bloodstock? If I do, would that cement them as they'll never get a headliner? That's the problem. A lot of people say that with a lot of bands, and I'm just like, like again, I'll say Trivium, Parkway, those ones, they've been headliners of Bloodstock. Yeah. And a lot of people say as soon as they're at Bloodstock, are there any headliners? And I'm like, come on, you need to open up the stage. You need to give them the opportunity. If they get subbing to the main stage and they have the massive stage, they will smash it. They will smash it. They have to.
Trivium were incredible this year. Like I've seen Trivium lots over the years. Apart from one time when and that was when they were in a really bad place. That was just off the Shogun album era. They've been incredible every time I've seen them since.
They're stepping up. They're
I don't have to tell you how amazing they are. Like, I know that they're your band, so
they're my band. They're the ones I'll always shout out and scream for. 100%.
I still think back to like when they used to like. I don't know if you ever remember Jägermeister tours and stuff like that. Yep. And I think like there was one in Southampton. I think it was like 20 quid for them, In Flames, Ghost on literally their first album, and Rise to Remain. I don't know if you remember that one, but like,
I remember Rise to Remain.
Yeah, that was like incredible, and they were great. That was when In Waves came.
Yeah,
how have all these years gone by? I don't know, mate.
It's mental. What was it they dropped the other day? It was like 13 years of In Waves or something like that. They actually said the album 13 years, and I'm like, no, it can't be. Looked up, it's crap.
I love that album so much. Like so many banger tracks. My goal is one time is to hear Caustic Ties That Bind. Like that is my favorite song on that album, and I think they played it like that gig and never again since that I've seen. So. Yeah,
you never know. You never know. It might happen again.
that and Saint Anger, they're the two songs I need to hear live. But Metallica's just doing this. If we just keep doing it a few more years, bleed some more money out of them.
Yeah, to be honest, Metallica's going to carry on doing it. You'll see him going for a good couple more years. I would say.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. So, Motionless in White.
Yeah,
the new album. What are we thinking?
I liked it so much I got the vinyl. Honestly, when they dropped Are You Afraid of Dark, I'm sorry, if you weren't even in the metal scene, the rock alternative scene, it was dripping into the normies in a sense. The people that don't listen to this stuff, they were using it as their TikTok sounds. They were using it for expressing their emotions. It was already there. It was top tier, and that's why I was like, yeah, this album's gonna kick. Playing God. I said this to the guys. It felt like the way it came across, Corey went, we're going to go Slipknot style with this song.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I know. It's just like, yeah, I'm happy with this. I want more.
So when Afraid of the Dark came out, I liked that. I liked it a lot. But I wasn't at the same level everyone else was at. I thought it was very good. I didn't think it was great. At the time, I thought it was a good kind of palette like opener. But Playing God for me was the song that what everyone was saying about Afraid of the Dark, that was the one for me. Having listened to it all in the context of a full album and hearing how it fits, I love Afraid of the Dark so much more than I did. Because this album kind of challenged me in a lot of ways in that I knew I liked the songs. I'm not a massive Motionless in White fan that I know albums back to back. I've seen them live a few times. I know the big songs, but that's about it. So I started Decades, I thought was an absolute beast of an opening track.
Yeah. I love Decades. It was on repeat quite frequently at one point. Logging Crash, the next one follow up.
Yeah.
I was like, solid. RIP, getting in with Skylar Grey. A lot of people don't like that, but I think I like it for how tame it becomes, like that nice refresher before you get into Fight Like Hell.
Yeah. So I was kind of the same. I was like, when it came out, I was like, oh, it's okay. It's a good TikTok song. That's kind of what I thought, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, it calms you down, and then you get into the next one. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And Fight Like Hell, I was a bit unsure about that one at first, because obviously Rhea Ripley's other theme that Chris Motionless sings, I never knew that they didn't record all of that song. Like, they didn't write that song.
No, I saw the interview. Yeah, I literally saw the interview about it. I think it was, I want to say Jesse that talked about it, did an interview.
Yeah. We was just saying what the guy...
Yeah, Jesse. Literally did the interview, and I was like, that's interesting. Didn't know that. But then I love how it was a homage to, in effect, Rhea Ripley and the wrestling scene. And I mean, my son heard it. It's like, is this Rhea's new song? Is what she's going to come out to? And going into your wrestling world, I could see it happening as a WrestleMania one-off type thing.
100%. Yeah. Like, imagine what that's like for someone like her, right? Like, this is her favorite band, and she's already had them like sing on a song. And now, like, from watching that video, they didn't really ask for permission to do this by the sound of it. They just wanted to do something for her. It's like, how cool is that your favorite band are doing that about you? Like, yeah,
it was good. Then you had of course, Playing God after that, which was superb. My favorite track on here is the next one on there, All That I've Ever Known. I love it. It's such like a please for both. I don't know. It just pleases me in so many ways I didn't expect compared to that. Then Blood Rave, I just straight away think of Blade.
This was the bit of the album that I struggled with at first.
Yeah,
like this section, and the reason why is because it got very, very dancey EDM breakdowny, and it seemed to do it a couple of times, and I was like, oh, okay. It felt in that kind of area. These few tracks coming up, I felt like the album kind of took a bit of a turn, and I was like, but that wasn't that it just didn't grab me straight away. But the more I listened to it, what I was doing is I was finding that I was really engaged with the first half of the album. Then when I got to here, not as much. So I made a point, and I actually went out and walked, and I started the album at this point, and then listened to this section, and then hearing Chris Motionless talk about it and why these tracks are together, why they're at that part of the album, I was like, this actually makes so much more sense to me now.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, you go through those next ones. You've got Love at First Bite. You can see it's vampire-esque in a sense again. Count Back from Zero, I think is the next one. God,
I've got the list in front of me right here.
Okay, if I say the wrong one, Blood Pack is the next, and then of course you've got Afraid of Dark. Again, those ones great. Leads up to Afraid of the Dark, and then of course the TikTok trend that is going around heavily at the moment. Sunglasses at Night. I'm sorry, that is everywhere at the moment, and people are eating it up.
It's funny because when I listen to the album, I kind of like, for me, Afraid of the Dark is the last track, and that's like a nice little addition at the end. It's a great song. I just don't know the original well enough to kind of like be in awe about it the way some are, but it's kind of like from what I understand with Motionless and White, they like doing a cool cover song of like a popular pop song, and it's fun. It's like a nice little addition. Yeah, it's such a cool album.
It's a really good one. I mean, the vinyl, we got the red blood one, and then it came with a signed picture as well from him.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, sick. Did I get it? No, my partner nicked it. Oh. She opened up, and I was like, yeah, that's mine. I was like, okay, fine. See how it is.
I'm taking that from you. It's funny, like when I listen to All That I've Ever Known, the beginning of that, it reminds me of As Everything Unfolds so much. Like as soon as I hear that, I'm like, it just reminds me of them straight away. I love that band.
They're very good. They are a very good band, and they're back in near us in February.
I've already got my ticket for that one. Yeah,
I haven't, because I've got to save some money at the moment. So if tickets are still available in October, then I probably will be getting one.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't have any more. I've got 2 more gigs booked for this year. I've got Devin Townsend and Evanescence. I've got no more booked because I'm saving for a trip to Japan at the minute, so I can't book any more gigs.
I've got Don Broco in Portsmouth because my partner's been banging on about Don Broco. Need to do it. Yeah, Don Broco are amazing. And then I've got Papa Roach, which I'm so happy that I waited to see that lineup drop.
No, so I'm hoping. So I've got all this spending money I'm taking to Japan with me, and I'm hoping that I bring some back. Because if I do, that's what I'm buying a ticket for if it's still only available. Because what stacked bill that is.
It was leaked back when they first said Papa Roach was going to do a tour again.
Okay.
By the OVO Hydro up in Scotland, and then it got quickly taken down. So of course, Rumor Mill went absolutely mental with it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until it drops, because if it's not like that lineup, I will be gutted. And then I did the stupid thing of, oh, you know what? I think they're going to be at the Papa Roach gig. I'm not going to see them at Download. So I didn't see Sleep Fury and I didn't see Landmarks because of it. So then I was like, oh God, please drop. Oh, okay, that's all good now.
Tickets, get them.
Literally bought them straight away, and it was like, we're back in Cardiff for that one. We love the Cardiff.
Cardiff is such a great venue, isn't it? Because it's I've been there for the wrestling a couple of times, and I went for a band who we're going to discuss momentarily, and I went for that, and like it's such a I love Cardiff as a city anyway, of just getting around. Like it's so easy to get around. The venue is small, so like it's nice and intimate. You can get up close and whatnot. So it's great. I am still thinking about that one. Sleep Theory. I saw them in Bristol earlier this year.
Very lucky to get tickets in.
I me and my friend, we were looking at it, and she kept saying, she was like, should we go to London? And I was like, I'm not sure. I liked a few of their songs, and I thought they sounded good. But they were a band that seeing them live unlocked them more for me. And I was like, I just really love that performance. Like, so skilled, and like crowd management, incredible. Like you would not believe like they're a newish band, the way that they're like just able to get everyone going.
I see the social media side. They know how to use their social media very, very well. And I think that helps with how the crowd is. They understand where it is, what the clicks are going to happen, how the band are. I think that is a major step in this era of music. If you don't know how to use social media well, you're not going to get the right people or the right audience that you want there.
Yeah, fantastic. And then Landmarks were great at Download as well. So I think that's a really great value for money when you can't say that all the time. So I look at some of these tours that come up in, like, I think it was Australia, Electric Callboy with Ice Nine Kills as their support. And I'm like, how are they getting that? And in America, I've got like 5 like headline bands here, all on the same. I'm like, and then we don't get the same level sometimes. So this feels like a nice kind of nod to those kind of.
Which is good. We need it over here. I know it's going to be the cost of living and how the world is and everything like that. I get it. It's harder to bring stuff over. At the same time, if I have to pay a little bit more money for it, I mean, we spoke about the nice even of how much I would pay for a gig ticket. It's usually about 40 to 60 quid. But if it's a band that I know are going to smash it, or the lineup is dope on it, I'm going to pay that extra up to 90 quid. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say Architects, again, a band that I don't like. But when they did the O2, I remember they had House of Protection and Wage War as their support, and I was like, that if I could have got a ticket the right, that was tempting just to go for that. So
Wage War were great. I saw them with Papa Roach the year before, and they for a band I've never listened to. Saw them live, and it's like they're on my playlist now constantly. It's like it just, you get those bands, you get those experience, and that's why anyone that goes to a festival blindly, we'll go back to the beginning of the conversation, right at the beginning, you find those bands and then you go, they're on the list. Tropic Gold, one that I've heard maybe one song on, is now on my go-to repeat as well from Download.
My one that I need to listen to a bit more, and I think I'm going to really click with, is Villanova.
Okay.
I know everyone raves about them, and I've heard some stuff, quite interesting sound. But I need to give them more of a listen. So when it comes to gigs, and especially festivals, like, I don't feel like I get as much value for money if I don't know a lot of the stuff beforehand. So I've really bad this year. Like create and play. Like if I showed you my spreadsheet, it's overkill. Like I've got these algorithms I create on spreadsheets to go, right, I've listened to this many times and I need to listen to this more because I like to know the stuff. And to be fair, it worked this year, but I need to find the middle ground. I think it was Bryn I heard on one of the pods you guys did, been like, don't listen to that much in advance. Like with some bands, just wing it.
Yeah.
I need to find a bit more of that level so I can just enjoy an experience of discovering.
I think in that sense, when he did that was when you got the final lineup, if you've already set it up what you're going through the days, don't change it then, because it might mess you up furthermore. Granted, again, this was Clash Load this year. It was probably one of the worst ones when it comes to so many bands you want to see. I've seen in a long while. If we go back to 24, for me, it was like, I don't know you, I'm going to go listen to you. That's it type thing. So it is one of those, depends on the festival, depends on the gig, like what you go for. I mean, I'll call him out on the live or the Spotify. Moogie, he went to go see System of a Down. He missed Acid Bath and System of a Down, but because he couldn't get in there, but he was already deciding to not System of a Down, Queens of the Stone Age. He was already deciding to miss Queens of the Stone Age because that was his beer break. But that's the thing. If you know what the lineup is, you know what you're going to tactically do then. So
that was me with Pantera when I went to see Metallica, because fuck Phil Anselmo. That's what I'm going to say there. But so I was like, right, I'm not going out at that point. So I went and used that as my shade break, because it was boiling in that stadium. But
I bet.
Oh, can't complain. Living the charmed life. But I referenced a minute ago that we were going to talk about a certain band. So I'm going to set the scene here and kind of say, so when I referenced that when we kind of first I started interacting with you in your lives. One of the things I remember vividly, I was like, I'm going to start a podcast. Eventually, this is going to be a discussion point on this. We spoke about a band who've released a very divisive, that's probably the right word, very divisive EP in Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, God.
So, I'm taking it you've listened to that EP, right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. It's a very
interesting.
Interesting in the approach they're going for. I've been putting in the work this last week to try and work out, like, what are they going for? Okay, because everyone's got their theories. Like, this is like, you know, when a new Marvel film comes out and everyone goes, no, this is what they're trying to do. This is what they're trying to do. And I've seen people go, this is just like rough cuts from what they've been doing in the studio, and because they can just put them out on a platform, they just go out and live. And this is like almost like a comedian doing a work in progress. Right? People saying,
is this the sunnier Philadelphia style scene where they're like, this is the whole plan right here?
Exactly.
Like, this is what's happening. The conspiracy's here.
Exactly. And that's what some said. Like, no, this is a 10-year plan going right from the stage, talking about how AI is going to take over everything, and which gets us to this EP. And I'm like, bro, if you are at that time going, and what we're going to do is we're going to release this EP.
Yeah.
No, and I don't care, right? Like, I've listened to it. This is where I sit. There are bits that I'm not entirely hating that I think could have been better if it wasn't for the vocoder and auto-tune being used as much. I think that's where it really drives me. Is in Life is But a Dream, I thought that they took some of the ideas from the stage and expanded on them. And there's areas where I think they went too far with it. And that was usually around the use of that vocally.
Yeah.
And then there's the fucking first song, where the best way I can describe it is, do you remember the old Casio keyboards you'd get as a kid that would like make really fuzzy noises? That's all I can hear. Like,
that's a great way to say that one. Yeah. My honest opinion about the album is it was just such diabolical, like they just wanted to push something out just to see what would turn heads. Is unreal. And if anyone's liking it, I'm sorry, you must be listening to Rebecca Black constantly with her auto tuning, because Friday, like, no, just no.
What I will say I appreciate is, one, they've not built this up as a big release, right? It's just kind of dropped, so they're not getting expectations up there. I love that as a band they're not settling in like their comfort zone, because they could have gone out and just done Waking the Fallen again, okay, which I know a lot of people would love. But if they did that, you have people that love it, but does that stimulate them creatively? Probably not. And they've spoken about that. They've talked about that a lot. But what were they drinking, smoking, eating, taking when they came up with this? Because I don't know. Have you ever listened to the old stuff that the Rev and Sinister Gates did? I think it was Pinkly Smooth they were called, like, which is like some years ago, like some avant-garde kind of rock band. Like, I've listened to it as much in that I've tried it to go, where are their roots? And it's like almost like interpretive jazz, and that's what this kind of felt like to me. If you take the kind of the rock and the metal kind of stuff that they've been doing on the last album, and try to do like an interpretive jazz number, but
nah, they must have been smoking something. I'm really sorry, and the fact that everyone's now going, either they're defending it to say, oh, they can choose what they want creatively, or they're going down the route of, no, they're doing this as a publicity thing, because next year it's the 20th anniversary of this album, and they're going to be doing a tour of that. And I'm like, I don't think they actually know what they want to do. And I mean, I think they said previously as well that you all moaned about the other albums so many years ago. It's going to be the exact same thing for this one. In about 5-10 years, you'll be like, you know what, this is a masterpiece. And I'm like, it's autotune, mate. No. You have a killer voice. Use it.
And that's the problem, is that we know how good a voice he has. Like, why would you not want to use that? And as he's getting older, maybe it's getting weaker, but then just you find a way to get the best out of it. Don't tour as much. Like that. I mean, they're not touring heavily anyway. Like, we've had one date for the last album over here, and that was at the fucking Download I couldn't go to. But I considered jetting out to Europe for that one, just because I wanted to.
That was 24, and I left before Avenged.
Yeah, I've heard that they weren't very good.
Yeah, so I had enough by that point, and I was like, you know what, Limp Bizkit is my headline. I'm happy. I'll go. Yeah. I've seen Avenged before, and I really enjoyed everything before Nightmare. I love Nightmare. I love all the other albums before. After that, Avenged kind of slightly dropped off for me, so I wasn't as heavily invested.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Yeah. So I remember that year when the announcement came out. Me and my dad, we had tickets for Foo Fighters, but for Manchester, and that was on the Saturday night. And I was like, if Avenged and Fall Out Boy are Friday and Sunday, we'll get day ticket, go up to Download, drive to Manchester, drive back down for the final day, because Electric Callboy was on Sunday as well. Yeah, and obviously they ended up pulling out. But when Queens of Stone Age got announced for the Friday night, I was like, oh fuck that, we're not going to Download that weekend.
No.
So. And then I think it was on the Sunday morning, we woke up and I was looking and I saw Electric Callboy drop down. I was like, well, I'm not going to look at tickets, but it's.
It was a very controversial Download that year, because of course with the Barclays stuff as well that happened as well. There was a lot of people that dropped out. A lot of people decided, I'm not going to take the pay slip. I'm going to give that money across to the people that are struggling and need it more than me. So I was like, good on them. I like that. I liked it on that front.
Yeah, I hear you. But like this EP, I think what you were saying there is a lot of what I've seen is people trying to defend it, or like everyone's been really black and white on it in a lot of ways when it's come to actually discussing the merits of it. And like, as I said, that I like that they're trying something new, but it doesn't mean that you can absolve it from criticism. Like, I saw someone, I could be a bit of an arse on TikTok when I want to be like, I love poking the bear a little bit. And someone was like, it's just not very good. Like, it doesn't do this. And someone literally replied, "Well, don't listen to it then." It's like, art can be critiqued, right? And they were like, well, what's the point? Like, why didn't they just not listen to it? I was like, they've got to listen to it to know if they're going to like it or not. Like, and they kept honestly going down this route of like, it's like, why do you think you can't critique it?
So for me, I listened to the album I listened to the first one, Statica, like first song. I was like, oh god, no. Looked at Bryn's reaction again, another guy from the pods, and I was like, oh, if you're not liking because you're a heavy like Avenged Sevenfold guy, oh, this is not going well. Then listen to the whole EP, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'll try it one more time. And I was like, I can't, just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it's not for me. It doesn't work. Yeah, I just feel like it's not there. It's not them. So I was like, yeah, I won't listen to it anymore. I will listen to the older stuff, and their older stuff will always be on my playlist, and that's how they always will be.
Which album was it you got into with Avenged then? When was your kind of entry into
City of Evil, that area? That's where I got into him. I think that was when I was in the school era age, when I actually had hair, was able to do a fringe and everything like that. Proper that scene. And then of course, then Nightmare dropped later on. That was I want to say it's not 2010, is it?
It was 2010, yeah. And you've got the self-titled in between that as well.
Yeah, which I enjoyed. Absolutely enjoyed that. But I finally got to see Avenged with Stone Sour, like their twin tour. Yeah. And it was lovely. And the Hammersmith Apollo, it was so good. I really enjoyed it. And I was in those pits. I was like, yeah, this is my scene. And then after that, I just slowly like faded away from them a bit. And I don't know why, but those ones through my years of teenage to end of college solidified my like, this is my scene, this is where I love to be, this is how heavy I like it. So those were great. I mean, I don't get me wrong, Little Piece of Heaven, the music video creeps me the crap out, but hey ho, it's a good song, but
it's a video and a half, isn't it?
It is. Almost Easy is always like on. My son sings that. My son will absolutely sing the chorus, and I'm like, yeah, it's there.
You're doing parenting right. The two of you, you're doing parenting right. But that. To be fair, that was the album that I got into them. So 2007, and I remember this was the days of like still downloading music and whatnot. And I clicked. I was like, right, what are all these albums? And I see metal, and it says Avenged Sevenfold. I'm like, no idea who this is. That sounds cool. Let's download this. Now, I never realized that the song The River by Good Charlotte, I knew there was, and now know that M Shadows is it, but I had no idea who that was. And then when I heard that voice, I was like, oh, that's the guy I like from that song. And they got this album. I was like, I love this. And then I got like Rock Band, and then Beast and the Harlot was on there. I'm like, this is cool. So I've started doing the deep dive in there. The cool thing that I've always had with Avenged, so I remember, Sonosphere Festival, I remember like, Avenged were my band, right? That was who my favourite band was. I was like, I need to see these guys, need to see them. And they got announced for Sonosphere Festival. I was like, completely, like, same time, mate. Like, we were at work, and I'm like, messaging, going, they're here, they're going to be here. I've seen Avenged Sevenfold with every single drummer they've ever had, which is one of the cool things that I've liked is that the first time I ever saw them was the Rev's last ever gig. And that was at Sonosphere. And then saw Mike Portnoy come in, and then you got Aaron, I think it was. Wackerman is like, he's insane. Like I love watching him. Like when you're there live, you can just see him go. Sinister Gates, I had the biggest man crush on for years. Like I think a lot of people did. I wanted to be him to the stage where I almost bought myself a fedora to try, and I was like, no, you cannot pull that off. Like you definitely can't pull it off. But I'm sure I bought one to try and do it. I was like, nah, I do not look as cool as this guy. But like they're a band I've not listened to as much in the last couple of years. They've kind of tapered off a little bit for me as I'm trying to find newer bands in there. But yeah, they've got some great stuff. So this is where I'm going to try and set the challenge of ranking their albums. And what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So is there anything on there to you immediately you go, no, I'm disqualifying from the list?
Well, I mean, so we counting EPs because we get Stagger's gone.
We are not counting EPs, and we are not counting Stagger, and we're not counting Diamonds in the Rough either.
Good.
I always hear people go, when they go, I'm going to rank the albums, and like Diamond in the Rough is too, and it's like, this is where I'm like, I get really like strict about it. I'm like, it's not an album, it's a collection of songs, but I don't know why I get that. I'll see about it, but I do.
It is what it is. Right. Oh God, here we go. This is art. I didn't expect this.
Yeah, I've really put you on the spot here. I know I have, and that one, yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, I got no information apart from a link. Just say it.
And he's been such a good sport about it as well. So look, I'll tell you where mine goes straight away. Sound in the Seventh Trumpet goes bottom. It's one that over the last few years I found an appreciation for.
Yeah.
But I just, it doesn't do a lot. There's a couple of cool songs on there. You hear where the band is coming to, but it's quite low down for me.
Yeah. Poor. Nightmare's always going to be near the top 3 for me. Always going to be. Same with the self-titled album, Avenged Sevenfold. It's going to be in the top 3. Where I can put them, I think Nightmare's going to be number 2. It's going to be number 2.
Nightmare and number 2. Okay.
Yeah. Avenged Sevenfold.
I think I can agree with Nightmare and number 2. Actually, it's got a couple of my top 10 songs in there.
Yeah. Poor God. I'm trying to think now. Avenged Sevenfold, I would say, is a 3. The Avenged Sevenfold is a number 3. It's still a standard one. It's still great. It's awesome. Yeah. City of Evil, though, is probably always, for me, that's the album that got me into Avenged. So
it's funny. So City of Evil, that was the album that once I heard the self-titled, I went back and I heard this and I'm like, whoa, this is incredible. The older I'm getting, I'm not sure I enjoy it quite as much anymore. And I don't know if that's because of the big songs still hit, but the album tracks aren't strong for me anymore. So
I go the nostalgia route. So Scuzz being on, that's how I found Avenged Sevenfold. And I was like, this album's banging, this on. So I'll go with number 1 as City of Evil, the one that got me into it. Waking the Fallen's number 4 straight away. So there's my top 4. I'm going now.
You know what? Let's keep it. This is where I get really interesting because Waking the Fallen I think is good.
Yeah.
But there's a number of albums I think that are better than it.
And then that's absolutely understandable.
And I think for me, at least 4 albums are ahead of it.
Oh, okay.
So the albums that I think, well, actually 5. I think everything from City of Evil, to The Stage, are better than Waking the Fallen, and I think Waking the Fallen's a strong album. Yeah, but
I think that's the one that helped them get to City of Evil. It 100% is, but that's why I say it's a 4. It's stepped up to get us there.
100%, yeah, and it's then the way they take melodic risks or song structures, or the way they can just Nightmare, as you said, looking at the track list for that, right? You've got stuff that goes from Nightmare. Buried Alive is one of my absolute favorite Avenged Sevenfold.
Love that one.
Incredible. Danger Line is a great track. So Far Away is so different. God Hates Us. I love God Hates Us. That's insane. And then you've got the back end of the album, like Victim, Tonight the World Dies, Fiction. You've got stuff like that that's just so cool and well done, but different to what they've done before.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. This is what I'm going to be controversial and tell you what my number 1 is.
Go on in.
My number 1's The Stage.
See, you'd be the same with Bryn. I swear, Bryn thinks Stage is like the best thing ever. I don't. I don't. Yeah. But is that because I dropped off at that point and I was like, you know what, my high was Nightmare. I don't know.
It's interesting because you've got for me, The Stage is where Avenged Sevenfold peaked in terms of how they pushed themselves. And I think Life Is But a Dream went down the Stage route, and then they went a bit too far, didn't edit enough. That's my problem. So songs like Mattel, I think it is, have aspects of The Stage that just go a bit too far. But The Stage itself, that is one of my top 3 ever Avenged songs. One of the best solos ever. Yeah. Some great songs in there that tell interesting stories as well about AI, artificial intelligence, robots, and stuff like that. I love that this album dropped out of nowhere as well. Mm-hmm. That's what I loved as well. There was, again, no hype for it. It was just here you go. So I'm not going into this with thinking, how is this going to sound? Am I going to love it? Building it all up, no singles, like just listen to it fresh. And then it's the back end of the album that really solidifies this one for me. So you've got Roman Sky, Fermi Paradox, and Exist. And they're all songs that aren't as highly aggressive. They're more melodic. They take, again, very different risks. Exist reminds me a lot of, what's the one on the newest album? Let me just get it. I'll know it as soon as I see the track.
You're back. That's the one.
Cosmic. It reminds me a lot of Cosmic in that it again has all these kind of weird and wonderful sounds. It has Neil deGrasse Tyson is like doing this talk about the solar system, and like that's how they end the album. It's like a really weird kind of fitting thing. I can see why people might not like this one if they're wanting the style of Avenged that they might have had with the even Nightmare, the self-titled, or even Waking the Fallen. It's not that kind of Avenged. It's very different. But that would be my number one. Life is But a Dream. I go back and forth on this, and this one sometimes there's aspects that would say sits second, and somewhere it really drops for me. So it's probably the middle somewhere.
So Hail to the King is 5.
Yeah.
The reason why it's 5, I'm not a heavy fan of Game of Thrones, and a lot of that was like one of the songs was related to Game of Thrones. It didn't really click with me.
Okay. Yeah,
it didn't really click with me. Don't get me wrong. I've just checked my Spotify, and I've got every album linked and liked everything like that. So I clearly like it, but I just don't see it in the top 3.
Yeah.
Stages is 6. I've just checked that. I've got 1 song liked from it. So clearly, I like
which
one.
One's that?
It is literally what was the one you said? Wasn't I'm trying to find it now. Shit, Paragram. I like Paragram. Yeah, that's the one. Can't say words. Word struggle. So yeah, that'll be my next one. Oh god, Life is But a Dream is. What is this, a top 10? Because if it is, that's a 9 for me.
I think it is a top 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Put that one down to 9. Same with you with Sounding of the Seventh Drum is a 10.
Yeah.
So what have I got left? Jesus.
I think you've done them all.
I've done them all, so it's not top. You got live albums, of course. You got live at the Grammy Museum, which is nothing.
Oh no, it's 8. Sorry, excuse me.
8. Sorry, 8. Yeah. They class Diamond in the Rough as an album.
A lot of people as an album. It's not an album. It's a
that's not.
It's a B-side.
Spotify
album,
do.
Right? Yeah. Oh, that's one. Again, it's one of the things I hate is like you can't classify unless they put it as an EP and they just put it as an album. It's like no, don't put it there. But
just don't put it there.
Yeah, I Hail to the King is an interesting album for me because I like that. So the reason that's low down for me is because to me it's not an album. It's just a collection of songs, and all the other albums feel like they've got a theme and take you on a journey. This was just them going, "Hey, shall we write a Metallica song?" Like you can, as soon as you put Coming Home on, like I will say that sometimes with me, I can, unless someone like really whacks you over the head with this is the influence, I don't always pick up on it. As soon as they start with that, it's like, okay, this is your Iron Maiden song, this is your Metallica song, all of that stuff.
I mean, Shepherd of Fire, I absolutely adore on that one.
Yeah.
This Means War. I every time I hear it come on, I'm in the mood for it, or I skip. It's one of those ones. I have to be in the mood for it. Hail to the King will always be on. Always be on. Like
Hail to the King is fantastic. Like especially when we talk about wrestling as well. Like when you've seen it used, because I think the year I went to WrestleMania, they used that as the main event video for Roman Reigns and Triple H, and it just fit perfectly. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it's so good, so good.
Have you ever seen the video of This Means War next to Sad But True by Metallica?
No, I need. I'll check that out now. I'll check that out now.
Yeah, it is so great. Like it is literally the same song, but yeah.
But no, okay, that's kind of my list then. Let's go with that.
Nice.
Done.
Nice. There we go. Look, at least if I know one thing about the Rock and Rants crew, is that Bryn has the best taste when it comes to Avenged Sevenfold albums.
Yeah, I will give him that. I will give him that. That is the whole point of Rock and Rants. We love the rants over there.
Absolutely, you do, mate. So look, as we're getting close to signing off then for the night, tell people where they can find, what they can find, regular, anything you want to plug, go for it.
So yeah, I'm all over on TikTok and Instagram, Bryon Dredd. Check me out. That's BYRON. Dredd as Judge Dredd, because why not? I talk about music, festival, gigs, and anything in between. And if you ever need a download festival guide, check my bio. I've got it there for you. It will help you out 100%. And it's organic, so it always grows. And if you ain't already seen it already, we do have another podcast, the Rock and Rants podcast. Check us out on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, the whole shebang. We're there with myself, Moogie, Tom Talk, Download Mummy, and Bryn, where we talk music with our top 3 picks, and we rant about it quite frequently as well.
Yeah,
there we go.
It definitely the balance between rants and just talking is great. I know that when I went to Slam Dunk earlier this year, I think I queued up like 7 episodes. And I literally had them on during the day while I was traveling, in between bands, and it just kept me going throughout. It's a great listen. So.
Thank you very much.
Well, mate, it has been a pleasure having you on the podcast. Thank you very much for making some time. And until next time, we're out of here.
Yep. Yeah. Laters.